receiving. I'm going to give them their, well, some of them I'm going to give them their letter awards because some of them haven't given me their uniforms yet. So, Brent, Boshan, what, you give me an excuse? Oh, it's in my room. Oh, because I wasn't here today. Oh, okay. So I'll give you your award then. So let me start by introducing our sophomores that are getting their first varsity letter. And the first one is Sean LaRich. Sean's one of those guys, if I asked him to go through a wall, he'd say, how many and which one? And unfortunately on a basketball floor, I think he set the record this year for number of fouls per second. In one of our games, I think he had like 4 and he played like 30 seconds. So that's something that I'm looking forward to in the future. He is only a sophomore, and I really look forward to the work that he puts out. He puts out 110% all the time. Thank you, Sean. Next is Austin Rochford. Austin was a beacon of consistency in this season. He was one of the guys that started all 24 games. And if you've ever seen Austin play, he's got a great mind, he's got a great vision, and he's only a sophomore, so I get him for 2 more years. He was tied for 3rd in scoring for us this year, adding some perimeter shooting and being able to hit open guys. And I look forward to having him in for the next couple of years. Thanks, Austin. Now for my juniors, the big guy in the middle, Brett Sullivan. Brett's the only farmer's son I've ever known that is 6'5", 6'6", and 110 pounds dripping wet. But we were at North Marion, first league game, and he rolled his ankle, and I truly believe that was a huge injury for us because, you know, even though he is only 110 pounds, he's 6'8", and he's got big old long arms, and he was kind of the core to our defense, and we really missed having him. You know, I think the Malala game at home after he hurt his ankle, he was sitting on the bench, and I can't say what he was saying, but he was really upset that he wasn't out there playing. And so I do appreciate that enthusiasm. Hope he gets the weight this summer, gets a little taller, but I look forward to Brent next year. Thanks, Brent. Next is Devin Wolf. Devin was our second leading scorer, second in rebounds. When it comes to post moves, there isn't anybody in Central Oregon in the state that I think that is as good down low as Devin is. And he's got a little bit of fire when it comes to basketball, and that certainly is something that I do appreciate every day in practice. Coming out, he's got that competitive fire count that I do that doesn't like losing, and that is something that as a coach you love to have. And again, I look forward to it. I don't want to sound cliche-ish, but again, I look forward to having Devin next year on this group as well. Thanks, Devin. Next is Boshan Bryant. What was one of those guys that came on as the season progressed, didn't get a lot of playing time, kept coming every day to practice, and as the season progressed, he found himself getting more and more minutes. He's one of those guys that can drop 20, what'd you drop at Estacada in the JV game? 26. He can drop 26, but he can also go inside, and he's got some great post moves, can rebound, and again, he's one of those guys, again, sounding cliche-ish, but you know, looking forward to next year, him taking a more increased role in this team, not only as a player, but kind of lead this group as a senior next year. Thanks, Bo. Jared Bichette. You know, I haven't been a head coach very long, and I feel very fortunate that I've got a kid that I've had the opportunity to coach someone like Jared, and not that these other guys aren't as important, but you don't see the kinds of years that Jared had this year very often. He led us in pretty much all offensive categories. 512 points this season, which hasn't happened in my coaching career. And you would think someone that scores as many points as Jared does, you would think that you might call him selfish. But he also had one of the best years when it came to assists as well. So he's very, very unselfish. And I think if we could have made a few more lanes and shots, I think we could have seen him excel when it comes to assists as well. He's a very unselfish player. And again, there's that cliche. We get him again next year. So again, I think we've got the makings of a pretty special team next year. I think that was one of the reasons why I really wanted to get these guys to Guild, because I think that we got a core group here that could end up playing Saturday night next year. It won't be at Guild next year. It'll be at Liberty High School, which I think is a better spot for us. But I think this could be a very special group in the future. Now with as a team, and we always talk that basketball is not an individual sport. It's a team, but again, with the year that Jared had, there are some individual honors. We had our all-league meeting a couple weeks ago, and without question, it was when we started having our discussion about Player of the Year, it was unanimous that Jared Bichette was the Tri-Valley League's Player of the Year. And he has the opportunity to do something that not very many people do, and that is next year as a senior, possibly repeat as the Player of the Year. So I'd like to give Jared Bichette right now 2 awards. One is a certificate. That signifies that he is a member of the first team All-League for the Tri-Valley. And he was also unanimous Player of the Year, which again is a pretty special honor, especially when it's unanimous. Usually it's not unanimous, and there wasn't another person in the league that even was in a discussion. It was probably the quickest Player of the Year discussion we've ever had. So Jared, congratulations. So this is a portion of the 2013-2014 boys White Buffalo basketball team. Thanks, guys.